Hi everyone, my name is Nick Mishenin. I'm a Ukrainian political observer. So today I'd like to read several news for you. Something that is most important for Russian-Ukrainian war. So the first news is probably the event that happened actually about 2 or 3 days ago, but it's very important, so I'd like to read it, read a lead of it from BBC site. So Ukraine says it shut down Russian A-5 spy plane. Ukraine's military says it has shot down a Russian military spy plane over the Sea of Azov in what analysts say would be a blow to Moscow's air power. Army Chief General Valery Zaluzhny said the Air Force had destroyed an A-50 long-range radar detection aircraft and an Il-22 control center plane. The A-50 detects air defenses and coordinates targets for Russian jets. Okay, guys, what I should say, it's a very huge airplane that spied on Ukrainian territory and detected air defense, Ukrainian air defense, every plane's and collected very huge amount of military information and respectively give it to Russian military officials. And it gave a very big it is of very big importance in this war, because it is very important aircraft that gave very important information to Russian military, and taking it down makes some turning point to this maybe this stage of war, because it's a very important aircraft. It's very expensive, and maybe the most important, that Russia cannot produce any aircraft like this anymore. It was produced back in USSR, and it was just modernized to the modern version, and this is it. This is all Russia can do for now with these planes, and Russia has about several aircrafts like this. So every single plane, A-50, is very important for Russian military, very important. So it is a huge event in this war. It's compared to losing of Moskva cruiser in the beginning of this war, as you maybe remember. Do you remember this? So it's very important. It's very expensive aircraft, and Russia cannot produce this aircraft any longer. So this is a huge event. Next, what I would like to read for you, the event that happened yesterday. German lawmakers reject motion to send Taurus missiles to Ukraine. A final decision rests with Chancellor Olaf Scholz. So, German lawmakers on Wednesday voted against a proposal from the center-right opposition Christian Democrats that included language on delivering Taurus long-range cruise missiles to Ukraine. Speaking to public broadcaster ARD ahead of the vote, Defense Committee Chair Mary Agnes Strack-Zimmermann criticized the Christian Democrats for using what she called a partisan tactic of tying the non-binding Taurus proposal to a debate on the state of the Bundeswehr and in effect setting up a no vote. Regardless of this evening's vote, yesterday's evening's, yes, a final decision on Taurus deliveries to Ukraine will rest with the chair of Germany's Federal Security Council, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz. The Chancellor has demurred in the past when pressed by lawmakers with similar motions for Taurus deliveries to Ukraine. That is despite France, the United Kingdom, and the United States sending multiple deliveries of similar longer range munitions to Ukrainian forces. So what we have to notice, Ukraine still has a chance to receive these Taurus missiles from Germany, but yesterday they didn't move to this point, to this purpose, and it's very sad. It's very sad. If it was probably mentioned by a lot of political observers and military observers that if Western countries gave everything they actually have given so far, if they gave all this military equipment in the beginning of this war, probably this war would be ended by this time so far. But Western countries just delay everything. They postponed this. It's very hard to understand. But maybe because I'm Ukrainian, I'm in Ukraine, I'm in the city that is being shelled from the beginning of this war, and I see the situation from another angle. Anyways, okay, the next news is from Ukrainian website, Ukraine News. It's in English. Ukraine will not stop hostilities and will not go into defensive crouch, says Ukrainian Defense Intelligence. Ukraine will not go into defensive crouch. The hostilities will continue in order to prevent the aggressor state of Russia from accumulating forces and trying to open a new axis for hostilities. This was stated by a representative of the Defense Intelligence of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, Vadim Skibitsky, on Wednesday, January 17, yesterday. nothing should be added. And the last news for today. Russian police cracked down on rare protest in remote region. It's about Russia. The protesters were demonstrating against a prison sentence for a local environment activist in Bashkortostan. Police reportedly used batons and tear gas and made several arrests. Police detained and clashed with activists at a rare protest in a remote region of Russia on Wednesday. It's not so remote. I would not say it's very remote. It's somewhere on outskirts of European part of Russia. It's not even in Siberia, as I remember. Video, let it start. Okay, thousands of protesters braved temperatures of -20 Celsius, -4 Fahrenheit, in the town of Baimak in the Bashkortostan region to protest a prison sentence for local environment activist Fail Alsinov. Fail. His name is something like Fail or not Fail, I guess. I hope so. They chanted, "Fail, we stand with you." I'm sorry, Fail. Fail, we stand with you, along with freedom and disgrace. Observers said it was one of the largest protests in Russia since the invasion of Ukraine almost 2 years ago, namely because of restrictive laws on public demonstrations and broader crackdown on dissent. What was the protest about? By the way, I didn't mention it's Deutsche Welle website, so it's very respectful source of information. So what was the protest about? Alsinov, who has also campaigned to protect the local Bashkir language, was sentenced to 4 years in prison for inciting hatred. Authorities allege that the activist made a racist comment during a village council meeting against plans to mine for gold. Alsinov maintains that his words were mistranslated from the Bashkir language. "I do not admit my guilt," Alsinov said after he was sentenced, adding that he will appeal the verdict. "I always fought for justice, for my nation, for my republic." Deutsche Welle's Riga bureau chief Yuri Reshetov said the protest emerged over local issues but grew to take on national significance. The first reason was obviously the punishment of popular activists who not only fought for the environment, by the way, but also became a kind of symbol of the fight against the arbitrary actions of the authorities. And that brings us to the second reason. This is obviously about people's accumulated anger as their dissatisfaction with their own government, because they not only loudly demanded the release of the imprisoned activist, but also the resignation of the Bashkir Prime Minister. Reshetov said that today's demonstration is certainly a thorn in Putin's side, as the people from a region behind the Urals are sending a signal to Moscow that they are able to protest. Okay, so some 3,000 people in the small city of 17,000 inhabitants gathered outside the courthouse after the sentencing. Okay, and then in the article we have information what happened at the protest, but we're going to approaching ending of this video, so I'd like to assume that Russia has a potential for protests, and of course we in Ukraine hope that protests will be wider and more often in Russia, and we hope that Putin's power vertical will collapse. Thank you for watching. Please like and comment this video, ask your questions please, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Peace for Ukraine. Bye.